I think tradition says go with England or Australia. They've made the finals in the last couple of tournaments. Australia have won the last 3 tournaments and generally are very good under pressure in knockout situations. However, I think that this is the first tournament whereby a lot of teams actually have an opportunity to win. India have been playing really well recently. They won down in Australia. New Zealand have beaten Australia in recent times as well. And we know how strong they can be on their day. England have been looking good, but South Africa have now improved out of sight. I mean, the last series that they played against England, we saw a lot of power hitting, and they actually won their first T20 against England in that series in South Africa. So we're constantly seeing improvements by all these teams. The West Indies have already made a world final in the one-day World Cup, but they still have an opportunity in the T20s because they have a lot of explosive players as well, and they enjoy the big stage. So a lot of teams that have a chance of making it through to the finals. But I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a mixture of England, Australia and India. Absolutely, and we see with the IPL there are so many South Africans and Australians playing over in the IPL that they completely understand the conditions and how they should be playing in different situations. And it's not just on the conditions at a particular ground, it's during the day or in the evening as well, because the dew really plays a big part. I think quite a lot of the English girls have experience of playing in India, having been involved in camps over there, but also having played over there. And with the World Cup having been played there only a few years back, that there are a lot of teams that have been there and had that opportunity to kind of see what it's like. I know a lot of them were based in Mumbai, so this is slightly different in the fact that you've got games in Dharamshala and also in Bangalore, which are very different grounds. I think it's going to be a case of adaptability, because a lot of the time, well, for example, in Dharamshala, we've seen green pitches there in the past, but actually in these games in the first week with the associate nations, we've actually seen that there's been a lot of turn for the spinners, certainly during the day games. So it's just going to be a case of being smart. Obviously, I'm sure a lot of the teams would have kept an eye on those games and just seen who was having more of an impact, and will hopefully pick the right teams for the game that they're playing. But that will definitely come into it, adaptability and knowing conditions, and that's why I think India have a really good chance. I think looking at England, Anya Shrubsole has been player of the tournament with the ball in the last couple of tournaments that she's played in. She has the ability to swing the ball in at pace, and I think that's particularly effective in T20 cricket. You've also got Sarah Taylor, who's in sublime form at the moment. She's just scored 450s in a row. And I think she's matured even more now, and has played enough games to be able to take that responsibility on. Charlotte Edwards as well has scored over 2,000 T20 runs, and has plenty of experience. I think they're probably your key players. And then looking at India, Smriti Mandhana, I mean, you talk about Mithali Raj and Jhulan Goswami, but Smriti Mandhana, 19 years of age, from Mumbai. She's had an impact down under. She played in England a couple of years ago and did well over here. And she's just classy and elegant, and she's been in good touch of late as well. And I'm really looking forward to seeing her play in conditions that she's familiar with. For Australia, Meg Lanning, she's a cut above the rest. I mean, she's a superstar in the women's game, and very powerful and dynamic, like a lot of the Australian men's players, and I think she'll have a big impact as captain as well. Elise Perry, the all-rounder, we always talk about her. They've got a new left armer called Lauren Cheetle, who performed pretty well in the Big Bash, who I think they might go to just from a change of angle, something different. Renee Farrell brings the ball back in, and brings a lot of experience to it. For New Zealand, you're looking at Susie Bates once again, Sarah McGlashan as their experienced sort of batsmen. And who have we got from the West Indies? Stefani Taylor. Yeah, Deandra Dottin can smash the ball out of the park at will. It's just a case of being consistent. I think Stefani Taylor's she's had a really successful career to date, and will definitely be a key player for them. For South Africa, you've got Dene van Niekerk opening the batting, but also bowling some leggies, and obviously will come into play in India. You've got a number of power hitters in that South African lineup as well, including Lizelle Lee, who has, again, you've seen her develop over time, and in the fact that she's not just hitting the big sixes, the big boundaries, but she's actually being smarter with the way she plays. She's manipulating the field a lot more, and having an impact that way. So I've just named a handful of players there. The two teams that I don't know as much about are Bangladesh and Pakistan. So what a great opportunity for those guys to be able to perform on the big stage. I don't believe Bangladesh have ever had a game on television before, so a massive opportunity, and that will obviously play into their minds, wanting to show everyone what they're capable of.